Hey everyone, thanks for joining me today. I'm going to try something a little bit new today. Usually I just play music in the background, but today I'm going to be sharing some of my writing with you. I have this writing club that I'm a part of, and it's mainly just me and a couple of my friends. We get together every other week to do writing prompts. If you're into writing, I highly suggest you try these. They work on a lot of writing skills and help you write out a scene, create a character, or even outline a movie or a book. Writing prompts come in a variety of forms, but they usually include some kind of struggle or problem. Prompts can take any amount of time to complete, but at our club, we usually spend about 30 to 40 minutes writing, and then we share our prompts with each other. The one we did a couple of weeks ago was this prompt. You wake up one day to find that your bed is sentient and will not let you leave. What do you do? Here's what I came up with. Please enjoy. Get out of bed, go to work, eat, back to bed. Over and over again to make anyone crazy enough. Pay the bills, not enough left over. Pay the bills again, definitely not enough left over. This was the life of Larry the Lazy, a 40-year-old single man, depression sunk deep into his eyes and posture. Larry looked at his big beer belly in the mirror, his 3-day-old 5 o'clock shadow, and his lifeless eyes. Back to the grindstone. When Larry got home from work after 3 hours of overtime, he uncaringly opened a pack of ramen to cook. Why eat well when you're already wasting away, wasting space? He didn't bother to clean the dishes, didn't bother to do the long overdue bills, hardly bothered enough to swallow his food before slinging himself into his unmade bed. I wish I didn't have to get up tomorrow, he thought to himself before slapping off the light switch near his bed. Larry woke up like usual, angrily smacking at his alarm clock. Unlike usual, however, his alarm clock fell right off his nightstand and continued to rudely announce another awful day. He went to slip his legs out of the blankets, ready to throw the clock out the window, but he couldn't. Maybe his legs were stuck in the blankets. Trying to pull the blankets off of himself, he couldn't. What in the world? He tried again. No go. It was like the blankets were restraining him, keeping him in place. Larry the Lazy pulled and pulled to no avail. It was hard to recall the last time he had worked up such a sweat. Tired, he went to close his eyes, thinking that it really didn't matter if he was late for work or even if he missed the day. But the clock was still going off, screaming. It would stop, right? Indeed, the alarm had stopped after about 15 minutes of insane ringing. Larry happily went back to bed. When he opened his eyes again, it was much later, almost noon. This was about the time he would get up on the weekends. For the first time in a while, Larry felt hungry. He pulled at the blankets, forgetting that they had restrained him before. What? Still stuck? Panic began to sink in. Why couldn't he leave? Sure, Larry the Lazy loved his bed, and maybe he thought he didn't care about anything else, so why was panic sinking in? Creeping in. Larry began to think that maybe, just maybe, he cared for once about not being lazy. With the biggest heave in his life, he pulled and pulled at the blankets surrounding him. It began to get so warm that Larry knew he was going to have to take a shower, but that didn't even matter at the moment. In fact, it might be a great day to take a shower. It might be a great day to go shave, to do the bills, to go on a walk. But Larry would never know if he didn't get out of bed. He pulled, struggling against his bed. He pulled with all his might, thinking he might eventually rip his blankets, but he never did. With one final heave, using the last bit of energy he had, Larry pulled with all his energy and fell completely out of bed. Laughing for the first time in forever. Laughing Larry had finally worked for something. No longer was he Larry the Lazy. He was changed forever to Larry the Laughing. I really like how this prompt maintained a comedic undertone, but was also hovering over some more serious ideas. Maybe I'll have to write more about Larry the Lazy in the future. Let me know your thoughts. This main art piece today was a bit of a struggle for me. While drawing and painting, I just couldn't help but feel mortified by what I was creating. It felt so ugly and beyond repair for me. It was really hard for me to finish the drawing, and I definitely don't feel proud of it. but I feel it's important to keep our mistakes, no matter how horrid we think they are. In fact, upon showing it to a family member, she thought it was a rather comical piece and kind of liked it. But to console myself a bit, I drew on some sticky notes to cover up what I felt was a mess. That way I can still look back and learn from my mistakes. For this upcoming summer, I'm hoping to create a video at least once every other week, just to get started and to get my YouTube channel growing. I've got a lot of ideas for videos that I would like to see played out. In fact, I'm hoping to gain enough courage to maybe show you some of my recent sketchbooks. I've started learning about how to draw humans, and I've been focusing on them for about a year now. Progress is admittedly slow, but it's cool for me to see the progress I'm making when I look back on older sketchbooks. I would like to still develop my abstract style, especially since my main piece wasn't my favorite. Thanks again for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful day, night, or whatever other time. Bye!